If you guys want to be in with a chance of winning a huge host of prizes in my Christmas giveaway, including FIFA points, coins, and even a football shirt of your choice, all you need to do is leave a like on the video, leave a comment down below, and subscribe to my channel if you're new around here. Best of luck and enjoy the video. Hey guys, TOTW here, welcome back to another video, I believe the fourth upload of the day, and today I'm going to be showing you guys the best players to invest in from Team of the Week 14. If you guys get the right players at the right prices, as always you're guaranteed to make yourself thousands and thousands of coins, and I'm going to go through every single player in the Team of the Week, let you guys know whether or not I'd recommend investing in them, and if so, at what price. So we're going to start off with the main starting 11. In goal we've got Jan Sommer. Something to bear in mind with all these high rated informs there is, as of yet, we haven't had any massive Footmas SBCs apart from Firmino. He's been the most hyped one so far, but apart from him we haven't had any high end ones that loads of people have gone out to complete. So informs, especially the higher end ones, haven't really increased in price, they've actually dropped down. But bear in mind we're only on, like, I think the 8th day so far of Footmas, so we're on number 8. We've got all the top nations and the top clubs to come, because once we start getting to like 2, 3, even 1 as well, getting right up to Christmas Day, that's when we're going to have the top teams, so Man City players, Barcelona players, Bayern Munich players, PSG players, and we're also going to have players from the top nations like France and Belgium. So that's when we're going to start having those really big high-end players, and that's when I think we're going to see these informs rise up in price. So if you get hold of them now, when they're quite low down, I think they definitely have the potential to rebound in price. Now you can get Sommer, who's an 86 rated inform from the Bundesliga right now, for about 30k. Tomorrow morning with Division Rival rewards and for Champion rewards, I could see him dropping even lower, maybe to like 28k. Also by tomorrow morning, less people are going to be doing the SBCs that were released earlier on today at 6 PM. People will have gone to bed, they won't have been doing the SBCs, and the supply of these cards will have just gone up as more people packed them. The demand isn't really going to be that high because we don't really have that many good SBCs today. We've got Lacazette, who's the only one that requires informs, I believe, and he already has an inform, so not many people are really completing him, especially given he's like 180k. So I think tomorrow, if we have a big SBC, we'd see cards like this rise up a lot more, and whenever we do have a big SBC, a lot of people do complete, we will see these types of higher end informs rise in price. So I think he's a good one, also with Bundesliga Player of the Month in around 3.5 weeks time. I know we just had Royce, but the next one will make this card rise in price. I think Tete is a really good investment, not only because he's a discard price investment, but he's also got good stats, making him one of the best options at right back in Ligue 1. The two main ones are Lala. He's got one inform that's about 30k, the first inform that's 81 rated, his second inform is about 60 or 70k, at least on Xbox One. This guy's got pretty similar stats to his first inform, and it's a lot cheaper, so it's a lot more underpriced in comparison to that, and I think it can rise up, not to match it because that's quite a rare old card, but maybe to get to like 20 to 25k, and you can probably get him for like 12k tomorrow during rewards, which isn't too bad at all. He also gets a hyperlink to Memphis Depay, and if you play something like a 4-2-2 to start off, you can swap in game, but you can get a hyperlink into him, get him on full chemistry, which could be an option there for a lot of teams. We have Kimmich, who I would just stay away from. Just don't go near this card. He's over 100k. And I know he's 86 rated and he plays for Bayern Munich, but look at his stats. If you want a right back, the main attributes you look for are pace, defending, and physical. He's got 75 pace, 78 defending, and 75 physical. There are loads of non-rares in the Bundesliga in this position with better stats there. Like, yeah, he's got good dribbling and passing, but he doesn't have a single stat over 86. All his stats you want really for a fullback are very average. 2 of them are 75, which is the lowest you can, like, it's the lowest of gold players. I mean, gold players, the lowest ones you get are 75, so they're just awful stats. Like, no one's really going to use this card, I don't think. I know Bayern Munich don't have many good right back options, but even then, this guy just isn't a good investment, so stay away from him. Daily Blint, on the other hand, I think is a good investment for SBCs. You could see him drop down to like 17 or 18k tomorrow morning. As an 84 rated inform, that's pretty good, and as I said, when we get to those higher end clubs and higher end nations, we're going to see these high rated SBC type investments rise up in price. Ziyech's another really good one. He's about 30k right now. He could drop down to about 27, 28k tomorrow with rewards. If you try and snipe cards like this, you could have some luck there. And he's definitely the type of card that can rise up to like 40k or so easily when we have a big SBC. So definitely want to keep an eye out on there. Witsel I really like as an investment. He is possibly, arguably, the best centre mid now. If you're looking for a box-to-box option in the Bundesliga, because you've got Goretzka. The issue with him though is he's got 3-star skill moves, and Witzel's got 4-star skills. He's as tall as Goretzka, and he's a lot stronger. He's got much better physical there at 84. He's got a fairly similar card. Apart from that, he's a little bit slower, but the 4-star skill moves is massive. Tolisso is another option, but he's a lot quicker than him. I think Tolisso only has like 70 pace, and he also has 3-star skills. And then you've got like Thiago, who doesn't really have that many standout stats. So I think he's like the go-to option in the Bundesliga now as a centre mid. And EA seem to be really pushing the Bundesliga right now with informs. We've had some really OP cards. Same with Futmas. We had Akanji, we had that left back with 94 pace, and Bruma. 3 really OP cards in the Bundesliga. And then we've had a lot of informs there recently as well. So I think he's definitely someone to look out for. He's also Belgian, which makes him quite easy to link into teams. So yeah, a really, really nice investment there. Would definitely recommend picking him up for like 30k or so. Fabinho is a really good and meta card. Like, everyone uses Fabinho. He's one of the most used cards on this game. The issue with this though is he has 2 86 rated cards already. He's got his Champions League blue card, and then he's also got the Road to the Final card, which I believe is 86 rated or maybe 87 rated, but they're all fairly similar. I actually just want to check quickly. If I go to the transfer market, I'll check, because if he's got an 87 rated card, then this isn't even the best version of Fabinho. And in that case, like, if you're like a top player and you have a lot of coins and you're looking for Fabinho, you'd naturally go with the best possible version of it, which wouldn't be that one there, which means he doesn't have the potential to rise up that much. So yeah, it's actually 87 rated. The stats, as you can see here, between the blue version and this one are very, very similar. And look at the price. You can get this card for like 130k, and this one's over 200k. They have the same defending and physical. He's got 1 more passing, same shooting, 1 more dribbling, and 1 more pace. Like, you're paying for like 3 extra stats, you're paying 100k, so this card just isn't worth it, and I think won't really rise up that much because people are going to realise that they can get literally the same card basically for 100k less. So I don't really think that one can rise up too much. Even though he's a very meta card, there are just like very, very similar cards which are a lot cheaper, or either better. With the 87 rated version. We've got Pepe, who's a good SBC investment. He's pretty cheap, he's just over 20k, plays in Ligue 1, got a good card as well, so decent investment there. The issue with some of these high-end cards, Fabinho I'll include within that, even though I wouldn't personally recommend investing in him, is the fact that we're likely to have Team of the Week SBCs coming up soon. We've had them over the past 2 FIFAs. I believe they come out around about like the 24th, that kind of time there, very close to Christmas. So these high-end cards will get massacred in terms of price. They're going to just drop down loads and loads and loads. The reason I still recommend investing in cards like Sommer is because I think by the time we get to that stage, we're going to have better Futmas SBCs, and these cards will be useful for that. And also, these cards will be used in those Team of the Week SBCs too. So there's a chance they'll like not really drop down in price. Then they'll just kind of remain kind of where they're at. They're not going to drop down. But these two types of cards here, if we have Team of the Week SBCs, will plummet in price. Gabriel Jesus is extinct. I like him as an investment though. Unlike Fabinho, he isn't the same rating as his Champions League card, which is an 84. He's better than that, and he's got some really nice stats. 88 dribbling, 88 pace, 84 shooting, good passing, good dribbling too. Brazilian, very, very OP. So I'm not sure what he sells for as he's extinct, but I think he's a good investment if you can get him at the low end price that he reaches. Don't really like Griezmann just because he already has a 91 rated Road to the Final card, which is more expensive because he has the potential to rise in price as he has a dynamic rating. But just because he already has like another card here, it doesn't make him stand out as being an amazing investment. And another thing to bear in mind is he also has his Champions League card, which is I think 90 rated and has some pretty similar stats. It's very, very expensive for this card. We yet see really though, if a lot of pros start using him, because I know quite a few people do use Griezmann, he may rise in price, but at 800k I'd stay away from him, just because like you've already got a lot of good French players, a lot of good La Liga players. You've got Messi if you're looking for a kind of central striker or anyone in La Liga who's cheaper than this card here, so I don't think he has the potential to go up that much in price, and it's also quite expensive and quite risky with the potential of those SBCs. We've got Messi right here. The issue with investing in the really, really high-end players, especially someone like Messi, is given that he's the most informed player in the world, he's scored more goals than anyone else, he's got more assists than anyone else. is that he stands the chance of getting an inform basically every week. He got 3 goals and 2 assists to get this. Last week he scored 2 free kicks in the same game and got an assist as well. Literally, like, every week he's putting in inform worthy performances, and as soon as he does that, you will see this card drop down in price. Even if he doesn't get an inform, people think he might, and they panic sell the card. So that's the issue with the very, very elite players who play very well week in, week out. You see their cards drop down a lot depending on how they play. So not too sure about Messi. Like, I doubt many of you have the coins to go and just splash 3 million on an investment anyway. I could probably just about afford him if I sold a lot of my investments, and I wouldn't really want to. So yeah, I personally wouldn't invest in Messi. He's just a really, really elite, very, very expensive card who has a lot of risk with his price, but I don't doubt many of you can afford him anyway, and if you do have the coins, it's better to invest it elsewhere. Now, moving down into the bench and reserves, we've got Sergio Asenjo. I'd say pretty much the same thing for him as I would for Jan Sommer, apart from the fact that Spain is a more usable nation in terms of SBCs. It's always the one that rises up the most, as there are loads of high-rated players there. And you've got a lot of good options. Like, if you look on the market, the cheapest 86 rated card is about 22k or so. And this inform isn't that much more. I might just pick that one up. It's already been bought. But, I mean, 86 for an inform is just so cheap. It's very underpriced. So, as soon as we have a good SBC, these cards will rise up. So, anywhere around 30k, like 30, yeah. I'd try and get, like, snipe them for 30k or so. And you're good there. All these guys down here, try and get them for, like, 12k or below. Especially the ones that would stand out for me would be Poulsen, because he's got a really nice card. He's quick, he's got good physical, 4-star skills too, I believe. No, he's actually only got 3-star now, but he's 6'4", which I didn't know. So yeah, like, if you can get him for about 11 to 12k, he's a Bundesliga inform, which is always good as well. He's always a good one. These guys here, if you can get them like around discard price, you're good. This Duncan guy's got quite a nice card, so he stands out a bit more. Also, he's got a good league for SBCs, so maybe like 12k or so for him. And then this guy here is Brazilian, which is always a good nation for SBCs, and there are lots of high-rated players in the league on us. So again, he stands out as being a really good one. And then down here, Danny Ings is a really nice investment. He's probably going to be the cheapest Premier League inform. He may already be the cheapest Premier League inform. I think that used to be Hernandez, but I think he's now below that. So if you can snipe him for like 12k or so, I'd just get loads and loads of him, because he's English, he's a striker and plays in the Premier League, so it's such a good investment for future Player of the Month SBCs. He may actually drop down a bit more as the hype for Sterling drops down, because people are still completing the SBC, so this inform is useful for that. But I think he's definitely a good one. If you can snipe him for like 13, maybe 12k, you're looking good. And then these guys down here aren't really amazing. Like this guy here, maybe get one of him for like 10k on bid, but apart from that, there's no real need to get this guy, because he's got a really hard league and nation to link up. This guy, maybe get one for like the minimum price of like 9k. And then this guy here, likewise. Like these types of cards here, I never invest like loads in. I always just get one. I get one of literally all the discard price informs, and you can't go wrong, because sometimes, like, the majority of these cards go up by like 3,000-4,000 coins, but some of them suddenly, like, because they may be included in like a footbin solution for an SBC, go up to being like 30 or 40k. It's crazy. So always worth investing in these really random cards. And then Alvarez, yeah, just don't really go near this card. He's 20k and 79 rated, so not really a good investment. So yeah, wouldn't really go near him. But I think the best investments from this team of the week, you're looking at Sommer, Ziyech and Asenjo, because they're really, really underpriced for 86 rated informs, and when we have big SBCs, they'll rise up. I think Witzel's also a really nice one, because he's got a sick card. And then Tete's a nice discard price investment. And then also these guys down here as discard prices. The ones that I pointed out, Poulsen I think is the best one there. Ian also plays in the Bundesliga, so it's a good discard price investment. Overall, lots of good ones in this team of the week. They're all quite underpriced, because we haven't really had any huge SBCs as of yet, but when we do, they will rise up. Anyway, if you guys have any questions, leave them in the comments down below. I'll try my best to get back to you. If you guys did enjoy, don't forget to leave a like on the video, and I'll catch you later. Take care.